Hello guys, how are we all doing today? We are live. We are back. Happy weekend to you all. Happy weekend to you all. Please, as you're joining me in this live broadcast, I expect you to like the video, subscribe if you're not. If you're watching from Facebook, follow the page, like the video, share it to many groups as you can. That's the only way you can support, apart from super chats. But this is the basic one. Just like the video, please share it to many groups of your choice, and let's go there. We are going to straight to the program without wasting much of time.
Such goods find their way back to the east by road at the end of the day.
Will Tinubu approve the establishment of seaports in places like the southeast and the south-south?
Take a look at this. Between Abia and 5 states will drop the cost of shipping by 27%. According to the Nigerian Inland Waterways Authority's report, over 65% of the cargoes that berth in Lagos, Nigeria, ends up in the southeast. The question to ask is, why do eastern shippers prefer to take delivery of their cargo in Lagos, even when some goods find their way back to the east by road at the end of the day? How can the eastern ports become more attractive to shippers in terms of addressing challenges of infrastructure, hinterland connection, security? How will incentives, inefficiency,
Armstrong, I see you.
promotion and competitive tariff
Emily, I see you.
in this region?
Thank you guys for joining me.
Mr. is here to share his own thoughts on why the southeast is due for a seaport, so as to alleviate the suffering of the people. And moreover, the roads are getting bad as a result of these heavy trucks, plying the road from Lagos down to the southeast. Listen to what Mr. Abakuba had got to say.
We have congestion and all that, but we have ports, we have the opportunities to develop ports, whether river ports or seaports, back in the south. And 70% of the cargoes still end up. So why don't we make it easier by developing the south? So I want you to speak to it. So what strategic steps do you think the south government should take and change this narrative to be able to drive economic stability for the people in that region?
Again, it goes back to policy. There's no policy. When the colonials were here, they had a policy. So they had critical ports. At Lagos, at Calabar, at Port Harcourt. And they knew where to export and import. They knew what port was best for what. Now there is no such thing, apart from rural. Think I don't know whether there's any special ports. So people just being ports politically and all that, and the federal government doesn't want to let go of Lagos or Port Harcourt. But that's not the correct answer. The correct answer would be to say, what are the needs? Where are we seeing tonnage?
Excellent, Wachibu. Happy weekend to you. I see you.
Where are they headed? Now, out of 1 million containers that come, 700,000 left in Lagos, only to go by road to the east. Because 7 out of 10 containers end up in Onitsha. Because that's where the market is, the largest market in Africa. So everybody from around Cameroon, Togo, have been to the.
Okay, guys, I just want to start with this information about seaport in Southeast. And some people think that the reason why the government is not, they don't care about seaport in Southeast is because they value Lagos so much. They don't want to let Lagos go and all that. No. After the war, the issue of Southeast and restructuring, and rehabilitation and reintegration and everything, they said, all the nice words they said they have to use to bring everybody together, to integrate Igbos back to Nigeria and all that, it was just political statement. Okay, the reason why the seaport is not opening, is not working in Southeast, is not because we don't have what it takes. But the problem is that they don't want it to happen because they want Southeast to be, crippled, because they have seen how dangerous our Igbos, were when they introduced blockade during the war. So they want to use that method always to predict your future and to limit you from, excel. They don't want you to excel, on your own. They just want to cripple everything together. So anything about Easterners is designed to, retrogress. They don't want anything progress to appear from that place. That's just the fact. Many people think that is because government policy is don't allow it. Every responsible country or government would love to introduce to have more seaport because they will generate also revenue for government, right? But why do they refuse to expand it even to non-Igbo region per se? They don't want it because they think that somehow it will benefit Igbos. And the reason why they use Lagos alone again is to checkmate on Igbos' wealth, on how they will bring them the economy of Igbo people, so that anytime they can put taxation on you and control your business and stop you from excelling. They just want Igbo to be under them by fire by force. So it's not about like some people say Southeast is landlocked. Is according to Buhari, who don't even know his left or right, say that Southeast is a dot in circle. All this nonsense is to make people who cannot research to believe that what government said is actually the truth, but it's not. If you do the research on your own, you may know better than I am, because I don't believe on what people say. I always want to try my best to see if I can lay my hands on vital information concerning the question at hand. Southeast is not landlocked. The seaport they're talking about is man-made. They don't want it to happen, and they're not going to let it happen. So don't think that it will happen soon, because some people are rumoring, it's going to happen. They want to do. They just give people a chance and do. Good luck. We're there. What did he do? They know how to manipulate our people once they have their way to be in the power. So all this is just effect of the civil war. And for you to be free, for you to reset their brain, you need to free yourself from from the hook of the same one Nigerian people who want to help bend everybody to make sure that they control you by fire by force.
Particular Martin, Martin or whatever his name is.
Christopher Ezekiel, don't worry, we are coming to Ifeanyi Ejiofor's matter. Okay.
He made clear to us, my state is backward. What I need to do is to catch up. So what you are saying will you make me go back? So I said, governor. Shocked. Not interested.
It's sad. Before I let you go, what else do you want to see in the maritime industry? After that engagement.
Let me be honest with you. The maritime industry is just a small stake. Is it not time that we ask ourselves, 60 years after independence, we're still in this mess? When I went to Korea, town of about 10 million capital.
He said, is it not time for us to ask ourselves, 60 years after independence, we are still in this mess? Only say, okay, he's an Igbo person. Yeah, you can ask that question because marital lawyer is a marital lawyer. Yeah, but marital lawyer in Nigeria, it's okay. But I'm not against your profession. But Southeast is not. It's not about government. This regime will do this and that. Is well known fact that they don't want it to happen. Okay, it is intentional. Don't get it twisted. It is intentional. Everything that will make Southeast to have seaport, not one, not two, not three, is there. But they don't want it, even though they know it will also profit the government. Even the federal government will profit from that because it will create more job opportunity. That's number one. Taxation will increase. No, they will generate more revenue from taxation from those seaports, right? And it will also make Lagos to look like that congested as it is today. But they prefer to have these problems as long as it's not benefiting an Igbo man. So if you're an Igbo person, if you're a Biafran, you need to start thinking just reason for yourself. Don't forget about what people think. Forget about what would they say. We have to make sure that everything will work. No. Start to think about yourself. It's better.
So there's got to be that. And the guy that did it in South Korea was a soldier. Some people are beginning to say, my son say,
okay,
poverty and discontentment and disenchantment.
Because the voice is not all that right. It's not all that clear. It is kind of they interfered on the voice. I don't know why. something happened to the voice. It's not as clear as I would like it to be. Now, the news about CPM, is still trending everywhere. Imagine listing 90 something names, and only one man among the whole list is making headline. That is to tell you that Obonoboha bụ n'okwu ọnụ. Nwoke na ibi ya bụ n'okwu ọnụ. You understand? If you are an Igbo person, you understand what I'm saying. You don't expect any other person to carry. They just make up this list just for you to think that it is national issue. The target is PM and anybody who care, who even though we are not fighting for Biafra actually, but you are being spotted talking about Biafra freedom. The list is for you. That is why you see somebody like Chika, Edoziem, and Chinasaworo and co. Even though they don't attach their pictures, but the list, they have made it open for them. Despite fighting for one Nigerian, they say they're underground. And do you think when they are working underground, who are they working with underground? They were working with somebody, right? So who are those people? Are they not the same Nigerian government and the Nigerian officials? They are the same, but you work with who? With somebody who don't even want you. Okay? So this our brothers asked a question that is vital. I would like to share it with you. He said, now that the zoo, according to him, I'm reading from somebody, now that the zoo has declared a criminal in DOS wanted terrorist with Simon Ekpa, recall that the criminals has been avoiding to be called terrorists. Okay, what next? Serve the zoo and come back in shame. That quote that Mazi Nakano made is still, they are still validating it every now and then. Serve the zoo and come back in shame. Serving the zoo does not mean when you become governor. It does not mean when you become a senator. It does not mean when you have become a politician. But even when you have not even been elected in any governmental post, and somehow you are enabling the activities of government to strangle your people, to put your people in bondage, and you are working as an enabler. You are serving the country. You are serving the people who don't want you to exist in the first place. So, Master says, serve them and come back in shame. This post that this our brother made here, okay, reminds me of DOS when they were you are calling you want to answer terrorists. You want to answer terrorists. They are going to buy you. They are going to do this. They are going to do that. So in the name, they want it to be obvious that they don't want anything violence. They have worked everything. They have sabotaged many things just for them not to be called terrorists. Reason is because they don't research on what a freedom fighter should expect. You are fighting for a freedom, you should expect all those kind of things. They will call you names. That is also they will do a lot of house arrests will happen. It is normal. So when you are not ready for those kind of things, you don't lead any freedom fight, any freedom organization. You just stay at back and echo your voice with people that are in front. Okay, because if you put yourself in the line, if you put yourself on line and you want to pilot any freedom movement, avoiding being called a terrorist is a naive. You don't do that. It is, in fact, it's part of it. If you have not been called terrorist and all these nonsensical names, political forged names, then you have not started. You have not started. Then I see you. Thank you for your presence. Richard, I see you. Okay. Gail, I see you. Desi, I see you as well. Christopher, I see you guys. Thank you all for your comment. Thank you for your presence. Abra the best. I see you. Godwin, thank you guys. Thank you so much for your presence in this live broadcast. So let's continue. Let's continue. We are not going to, skip anything in this live broadcast. I will try my best to bring everything that I have, in this video. So let's continue. If you are afraid of names, if you're afraid of arrest, if you are afraid of threats, then avoid putting yourself in freedom movement, like to lead, not to support. There are two difference between that you are supporting and you are leading. PM have said it time with that number. Even before the inauguration of Biafran Army, he made it clear that just ordinary sit at home. He said that everything about sit at home, I don't care what you may think, what you call me today, but what you call me after, because I want to make a name, and I want to make that a name in a positive way. That has been the word of PM. So if you think that calling names, like people, some of us from the same, why when I say some of us, I mean Igbos and so people who claim they one Biafra, right? Calling him Ekperima, all this is a part of the name. So if you don't want to be insulted, if you don't want to be threatened, if you don't want to be called names, if you don't want to be, if you don't want people to put bounty, which is Nigerian style, it's not international. That is not normal in other civilized countries where freedom is being asked for. Like people the people in Spain seeking for their own freedom. You can't see any Spanish person, Spanish government authority to come out and say, no, we are putting bounty on the leaders of social organization. Is it Catalonian? I think that's the name of the people that want to, separate from Spain. Now, you cannot see anybody from government of Spain, Spanish government, come out publicly and say that we are putting bounty on the leadership of Catalonians. That we anybody that you can't say, because it's a civilized world. These are civilized countries, this is a civilized society. You can't compare it with Nigeria. So when you see bounty on from Nigerians, that is because of the level of Nigerian, where third world country. If not, Nigeria should be in seventh world country, not even third world country. They are way too low to belong to third world country. That is just the fact, because everything about them is shocking. So if you are afraid of those things, you don't want anybody to put bounty on your head, right? You don't want anybody to call you terrorist. You don't want anybody to see you as a problem. Then stay clear and allow people who can do it to be there. That is between DOS, HOD, HOOD. I don't know how they form this acronym, because they have a lot of abbreviation in their names. So you have them there. They cannot do the bit of even statement of PM one day or in a week supersede all these press release and the statement that they have baked in a whole year. You see the difference, because they are not ready. They are not ready to be to put themselves there. You have to put yourself out to fight for freedom. So that is why when I see some of them questioning PM ability, oh, you are fighting from afar. Why don't you come down? Why don't you come down and do it? Why are you fighting? You are in Finland. Why don't you come down? When they say it doesn't matter where you are, you may be in Jupiter, but what you are doing in Mercury, people in Mercury are receiving your presence. That is how a freedom fighter operates. You don't know the more that you are there committing nuisance, parading yourself. Notice me. That's not freedom fight. Your plans, your tactics, okay, will be speaking for you. You don't need to do garaga. And PM is very smart and intelligent. He knows what he wants, and he don't go beyond international law. He have this plan. He know what he will do. That international committee will say, wow, get him arrested, deport him, put him Interpol, like Nigerians are, calling for Interpol, calling for. I watched a video of Ijele where he was telling people that that is to catch salmon is very easy. Just stop Finnish government from taking oil. Tell them that ship will not load oil from here until you do. They will have this treaty. They will have this. So he was saying it was so easy for to say, but he forgot that there's law that will guarantee you to do all those things. And when you have someone like PM who knows those laws, you can't push him under threat. You can't make him to feel, wow, I am afraid, I'm shivering. No, it doesn't work that way. You must follow the process, right? And one thing with Nigerian is that even the government, those who are in governmental posts in Nigeria, don't even know those laws. That's why they keep on making mistakes every now and then. They don't even know the law. And if they do, some of them that claim they know the law, out of the level of corruption and I don't care attitude that Nigerian their day-to-day activities is just because they don't know how to obey law. They don't live in a society, they don't operate in a society that law reigns supreme. So they always want to go through backyard. You forgot that when you are dealing with international communities, they all through their lives, they build in law-abiding system. You cannot bring your on-the-table business to them and it will work. If you want to bribe them, it's not in this kind of thing, because their colleague who is not even in the table when you are discussing all those things are watching, and they know when you bribe and when you did not, because everything is transparent in the society. So you can only do this magomago on the table business to kidnap and to rendition anybody in Africa, because that is where the level of Africa at the moment. So for some of you who are praying and waiting to hear news, oh, the guys are Ekpa, they do this one, you wait and tire, because you're not going to see it. You're not going to see it because the Finnish government that where someone lives, where PM is, where he is, you cannot expect them, and they follow the Biafran movement from time immemorial, from beginning, before even the war. They know what Biafran went through, they know what Biafran wants, and PM have physical evidence and proof more than me and you can imagine. Ask yourself, when they called him, to come to answer query, how long did he spend there before they let him go? How long did he spend there? So that will tell you, the proof is too much. And Biafran, the solidarity of Biafrans, Finnish government are monitoring them. No. Do you think that if Biafrans are not, following PM, contributing money, having fundraising every now and then, 2 hours only? Yes. So you cannot. The proof is there. Finnish government is not Kenya. They are not Ghana. They are not Zimbabwe. They are not Zambia. They are not Burkina Faso. So if you PM is anywhere in Africa, then you can start panicking, because Africa business and international law and everything about them is shortcut. On the table business, put your hand under the table. Give me what you have. Let us discuss. That's the only thing that operates in Africa. It's not there. It's not like that in a civilized country. It's not like, and Finnish government have, even in their archive, they have a lot of history about Biafra that even us, we that are Biafran, don't even have. In fact, do you know that Biafran national anthem was written by Finnish people? This national anthem, I was shocked when I heard that from PM. Do your research. So Finland knows, even Britain know, but the only problem that Britain have with us is that we are not of benefit to them, according to what they believe, because Britain is built with lies. Britain is built with lies. It is very, very obvious. Britain is built. That's why they say they are Great Britain. The only thing that made them, why they attach that great in their name, because the ability to conquer other people, vulnerable people around the world during the olden days. and take their resources and their wealth. What do they have? If not criminality, what do they have? They don't have anything. But the highest country that the country that have one of the countries that have gold reserve, Britain. Do they mine? Have you seen anybody mining gold in Britain? The answer is no. You see their queen and their royal family, they have this powerful diamond, glittering and looking so nice and everything. Where did they get it from? Ask yourself. And it's not as if the only country they invaded is only blacks. No, they also invade some Caucasians, like in Asia. But those countries are not like black people who always feel too inferior to Britain, whatever they say stands. Some of those countries know they have given them arm's length. So Britain cannot do all those their gara. So when they try to do that, those countries will shut them. Many of them. But go and watch any country that's a black dominated country like Haiti, Jamaica, like Dominican Republic, like what is the name of this country that's is this is it is it is it Hamas? No, Hamas is the terrorism. I'm talking about one country in I think South America. What's the name of this country? Barbados. Okay, those countries, go and check, they are still backwards. Every country around the world that is the black dominated country are still in. If they manage to escape, they are all of yes, Bahamas. Yes, that is it. Thank you, my brother. Bahamas. So those countries are still undeveloped, third world countries, courtesy of Britain. If they did not conquer you, they will make friendship with those who conquer you and teach them how to make you and give them, what it takes to deal with you. Because to them, black people are not human being enough. Yes, that's their belief. They are not human being enough. So when you see Nigeria the way it is today, it's simply because black people and our so-called elite, those who studied in London, do you know me? I'm a graduate of Harvard. Do you know me? I studied in Cambridge. Do you know who I am? I handshake with the Queen Elizabeth. If you come to my living room, you see my picture, my friend picture with the Queen. So I can call her. I can call all those bragging with nonsense. That is what put Nigeria the way it is today. Imagine if white people happen to be blessed with what we have in our land. Do you know what by now we'll be rubbing shoulder with the US and Russia and all those countries are going to space, going to moon. That is all the fact. But God blessed us in our own way, Biafrans. The brain is there, the manpower is there, God-given talent, natural resources, everything to make us great. We have it. Unfortunately, we are being visited and invaded by Britain, who happen to be one of the most notorious country and dubious government ever in the surface of earth. And when I say Britain, I'm talking about their government. I'm not talking about British citizens, no, because their government pilot their affairs, even in their own so-called Britain that they claim that is civilized. Do you think they have freedom of speech? The answer is no. You can only have freedom of speech in a country like US, not in Britain. Forget about the way they comport themselves. All of them are living in denial. They don't have what you think they have. They don't. They only package themselves and look gentle when hunger is wiring them. But the government feed them. Their government feed them from what they loot from other people. Do you understand? So the presence of PM in this agitation has done a very marvelous work for many people. Those who would have died because of depression, because of confusion, they are now everybody rehabilitated because of PM, the revival is top notch. So we are not going to pretend that we don't know his handwork, okay, and what he stands for. Now, after the list, when after the release of the list from Nigerian government, PM responded by now bringing out, list of people that Biafra government also wanted. What did the Chika Edoziem and the group do? They are crying, calling for help. No, I am the most peaceful man on earth. Oh. No, I am the most gentle man ever. Why will you list Chika Edoziem if you does it mean that you don't know the Ekpa who have been causing insecurity? That is his post. I will read from Ejiofor. Ejiofor. Ejiofor decided to showcase his Lego skill, trying to debunk Chika Edoziem's name in that list. I'm not saying that Chika Edoziem's name should be in the list. No, I'm not validating the list. The list is a joke. But what I'm trying to say is that instead of you that if you claim that you are fighting for freedom, there's a way you comport yourself. There's something that's expected of you. It's not about you crying like a little baby. Okay, crying. That means you are not ready for freedom. You are just making noise. Promising people that you are what you are not. Okay. I will bring the write-up of form. That's what I'm looking for. Where is it? Okay, here we are. Here we are. Ejiofor said, this guy. Okay, Ejiofor said, purported declaration of Master Chika Edoziem as a wanted person by the Nigerian Defense Headquarters. I have been inundated with calls and messages from well-meaning Biafrans and individuals expressing their concerns following the purported declaration of Master Chika Edoziem, the head of the Directorate of State of the Indigenous People of Biafra (IPOB), as a wanted person by Nigerian Defense Headquarters. Indeed, the indigenous people of Biafra, which I am his lead counsel. This guy, he still considers himself as one of the lead counsel. He's not even one, which I am his lead counsel. Okay, has remained a peaceful global movement recognized and registered in several countries across the globe, exercising their legitimate right to self-determination, which is a right guaranteed under the Nigerian Constitution and other international laws statutes. Nigerian security agencies are not under any form of illusion about the identity of the chief mastermind of the heinous criminal activities in our land and their foot soldiers. Pay attention. What he said in this paragraph is talking about the Nigerian security agencies are not illusion. That they are not. Unaware. They are not confused. They are not. In fact, what is practically saying here is that they should be aware. They are aware of what is happening in our land. That the person who is masterminding and committing this heinous crime are, according to him, look at the criminal activities in our land are, and their foot soldiers, talking about Biafran army. Okay, IPOB and my humble self spent months and years shouting on top of our voices. Okay, various publication on the devastating activities of this criminal on our land. He still don't want. He's struggling not to mention the name, but before you know it, he mentioned the name. He mentioned the name. Okay, on the devastating activities of these criminals on our land. Okay, and the deliberate attribution of their heinous crime activities to IPOB. The reason for this deliberate attribution of criminal murderous and evil activities of Simon Ekpa's lead criminal gangs to the IPOB peaceful global movement is the consequences of today's declaration. He's trying to make PM what he said here, that PM lead a gang of criminals to IPOB, to make IPOB to be seen as evil. Not only to be seen as evil, to make IPOB to be a terrorist as they name it today. He said that the activities of PM, okay, against the IPOB peaceful global movement is the consequences of today's declaration. By this statement, he is validating the list of federal government that those people they mentioned here actually are terrorists. You may not understand what I'm saying, but that is what it means. If you go through it and try to understand what he said here, you will find out that what this person said is that you get time they read the nonsense. No, the reason why I'm reading it is because some of us need to understand who is who, so that you know when the person is making sense and when he's not making sense, so that you know where your problem comes from. Sometimes somebody in your house may be the one giving armed robbers, when you are the time of your rest, when you are going to work, the car that you are moving out with is from inside. And the person will be shouting on top of his voice that, oh, criminals, security, help us, the armed robber is in our house. But that person is actually giving the information to those robbers, to giving them your movement, your identity, everything about when you go to bank and when you have money at home, when you know that kind of thing. Insider, when you have such insider, you are gone. Until you learn how to distance yourself from such person, you are living in a cake of gunpowder. Anything can happen to you. So he said, I wish to assure all Ezigbo Umuchineke and their friends that there is absolutely no cause for alarm. Okay. I believe in the rule of law and be assured that the legality or otherwise of this misguided pronouncement shall be tested in a law court, because I see no justification whatsoever for such pronouncement as it concerns Master Chika Edoziem, okay, which is now your client. This is of Master Mokana. I urge all Ezigbo Muchineke to remain peaceful and law abiding. Oh my god. Oh my goodness. The men law abiding, they have always been. Yes, of course they have. Justice must certainly prevail in the end. We move, sign, Sir Ifeanyi Ejiofor, ESQ, KSC, IPOB Lead Council, 24th March 2024. Is it? So when you listen to this kind of post, you see somebody, both of you are fighting for one thing. You are fighting for Biafra. Wazirike have his own style of agitation, right? He believed that he can issue license and driver's license to Biafrans, and that will make Nigerian government to start having soft land for negotiation for Biafran freedom. He tried that. He tried and tried. Then later he gave up. Even he was looking in a video. He came out one day. I think I don't know how I will get that video. A video of Wazirike where he said that, what are you looking for? That I have gotten you Biafra. I have Biafra. We have Biafra. I have given you Biafra. In his own freedom movement and the level, what you know about freedom and independence of the state of Biafra, to him, he's independent. Biafra is independent nation. Wasuki said that that I'm not making it up. He said it. Okay. Now this is a different idea on his own. This is what he believed. Now Masanogan noticed that this man asked for Biafra. He wanted Biafra, but somehow something happened on the way. Now let me see if I can put correction to where he made mistakes. And he did. He started preaching, talking to people, because our people have started forgetting about Biafra, to be honest. Many people don't even talk about it anymore. It happened to us. Yes, we lost the war. We are victim of the war. No problem. Let's move on and see and beg Northerners to see if they will allow us to breathe, according to Tinubu. They don't want you to breathe. Even though God has been on our side, making our people to excel, even when you are selling ordinary okrika, you see an man who sells ordinary okrika, who buy okrika in bell, buy maybe 2-3 bells, and he will use his God-given talent and market strategies to sell it in quantum and make his profit. Before you know it, he's building house, building maybe 2-bedroom apartment where the person and his family can live, right? That is an Igbo man for you. So the government still don't want to let go. Everything is still, against Igbo people. Wazirike believed that he have given you the freedom. That's what he said. Now, Ejiofor and DOS don't want to understand what the agitation of PM. What baffles me is this: there's no difference between other. If you check how South African they got their freedom, or any other society, even India, what happened before they have their so-called independence, they are enjoying today. What happened? If you pay close attention, you find out that even Israel went through this kind of thing as well, sabotage, indoor enemies, and everything. It happened. But North Korea, is it North Korea? Is it North Korea? Yes, North Korea. North Korea have their own, which PM have also suggest that could be adopted in Biafra when freedom is guaranteed. When we have a freedom, that those of us who don't want to support or partake in any shape or form may be using maybe they may be using a kind of visiting visa or residential visa, where you will be renewed your visa, your citizenship every 5 years or 4 years or every year, as case may be. So countries have this kind of measure to to teach other people that it is good for you to do the right thing at the right time. Do you understand what I'm saying? So if you think that somehow this what PM is doing is not good and your own is okay, if you are smart, actually, you will not come out publicly to criticize that thing. Take for instance, example, the Northerners, the Fulanis are not asking for freedom, right? Because after all, they are the one who doing other people's freedom through the help of Britain. Have you seen anywhere a Northerner is so vocal criticizing okay, South Korea? Yes, South Korea. Thank you, Armstrong, because I was confused. Is this North or South? So have you seen anywhere not anybody from Northern Nigeria came out, publicly, and the person is very, very vocal, criticizing and fighting any wrongdoing of another person? They will always want to apply political correctness. They did not study it in university. That is what love has to do. That's the job of love. It's not about, you don't study it in school that you must appreciate your brother and all. No, that is when you love your brother, despite the differences. There's a limit of your anger in whatever you do with the person. That love is supposed to exist in us, but unfortunately, it's not. It's totally opposite. Totally opposite. You see an Igbo man, he is ready to say anything against his own people just to prove a point. just to prove a point. Now, like I said, PM have, dish out a list of wanted people as well from Biafran government in exile. He said, breaking, the Biafran government will not challenge the declaration of the Prime Minister of Biafran, Simon Ekpa, wanted by Nigerian terrorists, Nigerian terrorist army in any Nigerian court. There is no court of competent jurisdiction for Biafran government to challenge such frivolous declaration. Frivolous declaration, okay. We are not part of Nigerian by all ramifications, and therefore we will not validate any of their nonsense in any Nigerian law court. The declaration of Simon Ekpa wanted by Nigerian terrorist organization called Nigerian Army, is death on arrival, like Dodo. I I call on Biafran's defense forces to intensify their defense against Nigerian state terrorism in Biafran land. Meanwhile, the IPOB Nigeria is set to challenge their own in their Nigerian court. Good luck to them. You see the difference? You see, because one of our brother here is telling me why was telling me why am I wasting my time reading the write-up for Ejiofor. I know what I was doing because we have to say it the way it is. So you compare that write-up of Ejiofor with this one I'm reading for you now. PM, after all this nonsensical blackmail and validating of the list against PM by Ifeanyi Ejiofor, he said what PM respond to them is, meanwhile, the IPOB in Nigeria said to challenge their own in their Nigerian court, which Ejiofor said in that post that he is going to challenge it in the court of law. He said it. If you want me to go back, I can go back. I still have it with me. Okay? He said, good luck to them. That I wish you well. Did he insult them? Did he say he served them well? Have you seen any Biafrans, any representative of Biafran government in this that says he served them well, he served Chika Edoziem well in that list? Nobody. Only DOS and their followers they're angry for their anger is not just that the name appeared, but why must it not be only Simon? It should be only Simon, whether good or bad. Name him. That is, you will, even if you don't have such loving, you learn it. Whether you are Igbo or Yoruba, learn how to have, limits in whatever you do against your brother. Okay, against your brother. Don't excellence. What you allow that guy. Don't delete it. Leave him. Let him say let him voice his mind. Let him speak his mind. I want to know whatever he's talking about. Continue. Is it Dele or whatever you call yourself? Put your comment. I want to go through your comment. I will, because some of you, I'm sure you have your home in Kwara State, because you are not Yoruba. You are Fulani who have succeeded in taking Yoruba's land in Kwara State. In that you are answering Dele, so people will think that Yoruba is Yoruba man. You do what person is talking. I know you. You are not Yoruba person. There is no way you are a Yoruba person. You are not. After seeing the what is happening to Duduwa people today, I saw a video of Yoruba youth, Yoruba youth, young guys feeding on it's not beans, it's watery beans, like water. If you see it, it looks like something that somebody vomit. Because of hunger, and they're in queue taking it. Yeah, you think that an average, a reasonable Yoruba person would be happy to see that kind of nonsense that you Fulani people have caused for everybody? Just put your comment. I want to see if you're a man enough. Put it again. Let me read it, so I will know the level of your. If the cow that you drinking urine from cow, you have changed your brain totally. You have condemned this brain cells you have. Okay, let me continue. The Biafran government hereby declare the following terrorists and sponsors of terrorism as a person non-grantor in Biafran territory until declaration and beyond. There are Hope Uzodinma of Imo State, Soludo of Anambra State, Mba of Enugu State, Peter Mba, all service chiefs, illegitimate President Tinubu, all Southeast senators and House of Representatives members, except Chief except Chief Chiyelugo Imo. Oh, Chiyelugo Imo, okay. Number 7, all GOCs of Nigerian within Biafran territory, all CPS within Biafran territory, illegitimate VP, Vice President Shetima. The above sponsors of terrorism, ethnic cleansing, and wanton destruction of lives and properties of Biafrans must be arrested anywhere you see them within Biafran territory. A more detailed names of the sponsors of terrorism in Biafran land and their accomplices will be released soon. Okay, so it's not yet over. More are coming. More are on the way. So that is when, if you know what you are doing, this is perfect response to that joke they release in the name of this or whatever they call it. So that is it. That is it. Whereas Ejiofor, when you read the post, you can see somebody begging and lamenting. Oh, don't, why would you come me this? Validate me, I'm not. My goodness. Anyway, they have their reasons. Like I said, not everybody that supports Mazamagan is ready to ask for freedom. Diana said, if I Ejiofor, Ejiofor, Ifeanyi Oba, DOS, IPOB Nigerian is just disgracing themselves. PM Mazamagan has no time for them. They will soon get tired. That's so. So this is let me bring to you like this guy who claimed that he's Oduduwa from that bears Oduduwa name, but I know you are not. Do you think that every Oduduwa person Yes. I understand your anger, Diana. But somehow we have just allowed them to show their stupidity. Look at what is happening here. You think that an average Oduduwa person who have his brain intact would like to see this kind of people, women, line up like this just to get maybe money or rice, kneeling down in front of a young woman who is not supposed. Maybe I don't know if he's a pastor wife or anything, but you see women lying down and prostrating because of what they want to get. So, do you think that is a good thing to see? No, the answer is no. So, if you are supporting, be careful. Okay? Like I said, I don't support any violence. I'm not preaching any violence with my platform. I don't support anything that will trigger any problem. But what I'm asking for is peace and understanding of our people to know their left to right, so that you not, out of stupidity, follow somebody that will lead you to doom. That is a no-no for me.
Media Operations Major General Edward Buba, Mr. Ekpa, and as part of efforts to restore peace in the country, the military has declared one of the leaders of the proscribed indigenous people of Biafra, Simon Ekpa, wanted. According to a statement by the Director of Defense Media Operations Major General Edward Buba, Mr. Ekpa, and other insurgents and criminals are wanted for undermining the security of the country. Mr. Ekpa, who is number 78 on the list, has been accused of secessionist agitations under IPOB. Meanwhile, military authorities also declared 96 other persons wanted alongside Simon Ekpa, alongside him as efforts continue to track down those responsible for the murder of the military personnel who were
Now, the reason why I am playing this
of the military personnel who were on a peace.
the reason why I decided to play this news report from, is it TVC News? Let me see. Yeah, TVC News. Okay, is because I was told last, is it last year? I saw DOS followers and their green white green members celebrating that IPOB Nigerian government have removed IPOB from terrorist list, right? Or maybe I did not understand what that. Please, can somebody confirm that? I thought they have removed the IPOB from terrorist list in Nigeria. So why are they addressing them as a proscribed group? Because that's what this journalist said here, proscribed group. So why are they still referring IPOB as a proscribed group since the so-called Nigerian government have removed them from the list? What is the point? What is the point? So if you know what I'm saying, please confirm it for me. I want to see it on comment section. Is IPOB still in the list of terrorism in Nigeria, or have they removed it? Because I thought they have removed it. Now, listening to this journalist saying that proscribed group got me worried. Or did I mistake my, the news? Did I have, maybe I listened to something else or what? Okay, let me move on. Let me move on. Let me move on.
Power plants can be built in Nigeria to generate doing in this list. Just a couple of weeks ago, Nigeria signed an agreement with the Russian President Vladimir Putin so that a nuclear power plant can be built in Nigeria to generate a stable electricity for the people of Nigeria. But guess what? The agreement has been revoked. According to the BRICS chairman Matamela Syria Ramaphosa, Nigeria is in the habit of implementing the Western America agenda in Africa. The South African President Matamela Syria Ramaphosa accused the Nigerian so-called President Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu of giving France and the United Kingdom free natural gas. According to Ramaphosa, the rate at which Nigeria is selling the natural gas to France and the United Kingdom, Nigeria is selling it 13 times cheaper than the natural price. So therefore, there was a sanction designed especially for Nigeria. Nigeria will no longer be able to do business with all the countries in BRICS, including China. Just in case you don't know, China debt has choked Nigeria at the neck to the United Kingdom. The United Kingdom, that is currently a third world country, will be highly restricted for financial deal with all BRICS nations. According to the chairman of BRICS, Matamela Syria Ramaphosa, he said all unfriendly nations to Russia, China, India, and every nation in BRICS, there are special sanctions designed for them. For France, Emmanuel Macron, according to Matamela Ramaphosa and the Russian President Vladimir Putin, they said that the sanction that is made for Macron is to make sure that all African nations that are under France be liberated. And also, the economic trade between France and all nations in BRICS will be highly restricted. Guys, what are your thoughts? Do you think BRICS is acting the NATO, the Western America, to be sanctioning nation? Drop a comment respectfully. Doing in this list. Just a couple of weeks ago, Nigeria signed an agreement with the Russian President Vladimir Putin so that a nuclear power plant can be built in Nigeria to generate a stable electricity for the people of Nigeria. But guess what? The agreement has been revoked.
revoke. According to the BRICS chairman Matamela Syria Ramaphosa, Nigeria is in the habit of implementing the Western America agenda in Africa. The South African President Matamela Syria Ramaphosa accused the Nigerian so-called President Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu of giving France and the United Kingdom free natural gas. According to Ramaphosa, the rate at which Nigeria is selling the natural gas to France and the United Kingdom, Nigeria is selling it 13 times cheaper than the natural price. So therefore, there was a sanction designed especially for Nigeria. Nigeria will no longer be able to do business with all the countries in BRICS, including China. Just in case you don't know, China debt has choked Nigeria at the neck to the United Kingdom. The United Kingdom, that is currently a third world country, will be highly restricted for financial deal with all BRICS nations. According to the chairman of BRICS, Matamela Syria Ramaphosa, he said all unfriended nations to Russia, China, India, and every nation in BRICS, there are special sanctions designed for them. For France, Emmanuel Macron, according to Matamela Ramaphosa and the Russian President Vladimir Putin, they said that the sanction that is made for Macron is to make sure that all African nations that are under France be liberated. And also, the economic trade between France and all nations in BRICS will be highly restricted. Guys, what are your thoughts? Do you think BRICS is acting the NATO, the Western America, to be sanctioning nation? Drop a comment respectfully.
So that is the government that you are waiting to make Naira to come back. One of my friends told me that look, Naira is regaining himself. Naira is coming back. He's now 1,400 and something. I told him that he's just warming up so that he's just trying to gather some strength to jump to 2,000 plus, which it will happen in the middle of this year. It will happen. Okay, this is what Information Minister have to say. So for those of us who will have one or two questions about Biafran coin, this number is for you. Okay, if you need helpline, this is it. USBT, that's Biafran coin. Helpline is this. Okay, plus 19196272 plus 19196272 That's the helpline. If you need it, you just give it a try. If you need help with the USBT and Bank of Biafra, more continental helpline will be made available. So that is it. This is the Gemma sign. So if you are having or planning to gather some queries or questions about the Biafran coin, this line is for you. So use it and contact them, and they will serve you well. Okay. There's a voice note of China Sawolu where he said he made a little confession, which I'm going to. It's just in a second video. It's not a long audio. Just listen to this.
Yes. Yeah, I'm not telling you, ask by the Ejiofor. Did any governor told him that they are rounding up on Nnamdi Kanu? I don't want to mention some names, but there are people. Yes. Yeah, there are people before that time when they had that meeting in Enugu where all the governors gathered. That was the day the meeting was sealed. But you know, our leader somehow is also, he had his own mind. You understand me? Even if you give him a security tip, sometimes. You all had it. So. I am not telling you, ask by the Ejiofor. Did any governor told him that they are rounding up on Nnamdi Kanu? I don't want to mention some meeting in Enugu where all the governors gathered. That was the day the meeting was sealed. But you know, our leader somehow is also, he has his own mind. You understanding me? Even if you give him a security tip, sometimes.
So, which means we're aware of the whole.
I am not telling you, ask Barrister Ejiofor. Did any governor told him that they are rounding up on Mazen Namdekano? I don't want to mention some names, but there are people. I guess.
And those in Imo State, those in Anambra, those in and those in Imo State, those in Anambra, those in Enugu State, some of them are planning, thinking that they are going to capture Simon Ekpa, extraordinary rendition Simon Ekpa to Nigeria. I will be their end. The way you are targeting Simon Ekpa is the way Simon Ekpa is targeting you. From tonight, there is no step you take I am not aware of. I am waiting for you to make a move. But know this fact. I am more closer to you than you can ever be to me. Those and those in Imo State, those in Anambra, those in Enugu State, some of them are planning, thinking that they are going to capture some.
Just hold on, let me take it back a bit because
extraordinary rendition. And those in Imo State, those in Anambra, those in Enugu State, some of them are planning, thinking that they are going to capture Simon Ekpa, extraordinary rendition Simon Ekpa to Nigeria. I will be their end. The way you are targeting Simon Ekpa is the way Simon Ekpa is targeting you. From tonight, there is no step you take I am not aware of. I am waiting for you to make a move. But know this fact. I am more closer to you than you can ever be to me. Those and those in Imo State, those in Anambra, those in Enugu State, some of them are planning, thinking they are going to capture Simon Ekpa, extraordinary rendition Simon Ekpa to Nigeria. I will be their end. The way you are targeting Simon Ekpa is the way Simon Ekpa is targeting you. From tonight, there is no step you take I am not aware of. I am waiting for you to make a move. But know this fact. I am more closer to you than you can ever be to me.
that is the word of the word of my.
Look at Nigeria. Now you're in APC. Now we don't stop all that nonsense out there. You know what can you see?
PM shared this guy's video, and I find it funny to share it with you. So here is where he fighting anyone that is talking against Peter Obi, okay, during the election. This video, he was questioning people. Why is it that you people hate Igbo people? Only just Peter Obi make a comment, everybody will be talking against him and all that, throwing his support to Peter Obi. Listen.
Look at Nigeria. Now you're APC. Now we don't stop all that nonsense out there. You know what can you see? Everybody talking their own, threatening. Nobody make them immediately people they just say one simple thing. Una big offense, television everywhere, channel TV everywhere. Ghana focus all of you now like useless people. Now we have a lot of money for people to buy it. What should I get ready for all that we give up to make here? Nonsense. Look at Nigeria. Now you're APC. Now we stop all that nonsense. I will never have. What will I do?
After election, he came online to mock those who support P2B. Listen.
I did go there, rejecting Nandekam. They insulting Nandekam. Hope you see this election to favor them. At least your eye don't open now. Yeah? The people, you reject your people. Then wrong follow the wrong people. Now the people where you the wrong go follow. Nigeria where you the wrong go follow. Nigeria don't reject you.
After fighting for P2B.
So what next? Return back. The door open. The door is open for IPO. Just return back. You are welcome. Some of Nigerians where they call, when they call us Biafra, instead of Biafra, they call us Biafra. Just to insult us. But today, who is fraud? Election where you do, you don't see as you play now. Don't be fraud. Nigeria is a fraud. It's built with the fraud. And that's so fraud can never depart from Nigeria. I swear. Nothing can ever make Nigeria on this planet Earth to cease from corruption and the fraud. Fraudulent, everything about Nigeria is fraud. You never see it for your eye, and you see the group. How old are you now? 50 years old. This regime now, 8 years. You will become 58. Another regime again, you don't get working stick. Then the suffer your picking will continue where you stop.
Now, this is where he says something that some people believe that is working against him now.
Last year, when Simon and Lily had to do, and the Boji had better than Pusina, where said that no soldier had a GG fed. Nobody would not do it there better, but you could care. I eat your way better than myself. And a tata, the Bella Yama, the Lunas. And only with them, better swear, on our own. You didn't never have my kind. I mean, this part no well believe that I had a son and the fella. Open go to Mamma gave one your fella. I gave one you get this and that. Open well look at Simon or can happen. What they got to have on a Simon there, I will roll. Mamma want your fella. When you pull him a Simon, never pull you enough from one about your fella. Appear one year in the States. So of whom my channel just now, they bring it down. Look at somebody, but I look at it, struggle, where better struggle, and they make it to this where the lie. The real had you better than this struggle. You can have it confusion. It's your problem. It's your problem. Here and there. Simon did a woman that needed another struggle at this struggle. Don't buy one to me, don't do the good. Put in a Chonian car, put in a car, put in Simon, Chorophonian. Don't give the child. He download good video. When you give the child, he download good video. Look at it in there, man. I'm a man down when we make hand. Make Umubi at the bad. But they two are no hand. When you follow me a leader, can you think it's whether that? You can have for that what I have. For that we were opposed to it. It's not anything. Yeah, I have people in a take it to a photo. You are colleague. The bottom. There. The bottom. On top of that, I complete. If I it shows that Simon had not matured. Can you make it a photo one? They were bought. One name and a brain looking at her. A brain looking at the higher than their own. The woman don't die. If you know that I have a mark. So,
okay, so you have listened to him. Now, after praying all those, saying all these prayers and everything, I don't know what happened to him. Some people say that he's sick. Some people say he's died. I don't know. I wish him well. So we are going to end it here for now. Okay, we are going to end it now. Maybe we may come back later or maybe tomorrow. I'm not sure, but subscribe, turn the notification bell. So if I come online, you will notice that my channel is live. You notice that I am live. So if you are watching from YouTube as well, from Facebook, please follow the page as well. Share the video and hit like button before you go. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Have a wonderful evening. Bye bye for now.